Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Raise the Vibe with Liz. I'm your host, Liz, and in today's Liz chat, I'm going to be talking about boundaries. Now, have you ever felt like people in your life are just constantly crossing the line, that they feel like they can say and do whatever they want without regard to your feelings or emotions? Are people lashing out at you, or do you feel like you have a target on your back, or they can talk at you instead of having a conversation with you, or just maybe criticize or jump on you at work, without any consideration for your feelings? You might have issues with boundaries. Now, yes, we have to go back in our childhood and kind of examine where these lack of boundaries came from and why we were doing the things that we're doing and why we're doing the things we're doing now in order to allow people to treat us this way. And there is a place in us where we are allowing this behavior. And this is what I call radical responsibility. Yes, there's some behavior that is not okay. It is never your fault, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the little things where we allow people to mistreat us or speak to us in a certain way, and we never stand up for ourselves and have a voice. So we never create that boundary with the person where, hey, it's not okay to speak with me that way, or treat me that way. So we're going to be looking at that, like in occasions, like at work. Like if you have a coworker or a boss who feels like they can speak to you however they like, then you have not set up that boundary with them. So pulling them aside and saying, hey, you really can't talk to me that way. This is the way that I would like to be treated. If that doesn't work, you can talk to the owner and try to switch shifts so you're not working with that person. If it's the owner, you can switch jobs if you're not being treated well at work. But again, working on those boundaries, stepping up for yourself, having a voice. I know, and this is myself as well, that as I was growing up, I allowed a lot in my life. So I had a lot of things persisting, and I'm still working on boundaries with people and letting them know what is okay with me and what's not okay. Because years ago I didn't have a voice, I didn't stand up for myself. I allowed people to speak with me in certain ways, or speak at me instead of allowing me to be part of the conversation, or triangulate where a person's going through another person to try to get me to do what they want to do, or get their needs met. And those are all boundaries. So again, what do you allow? Are you standing up for yourself, and are you having a voice? This goes in all relationships and circumstances. Speaking up for yourself, letting someone know what's okay, what's not okay, what behavior is okay, what behavior is not okay. And if these behaviors don't change, granted, allow them time to be able to change the behavior, because if they've been doing it is now habitual. But after time, if these things aren't shifting, you might have to change careers, change places of employment, or change relationships. And you may even notice, if you have children, they've, been modeled certain behavior, so they're now starting to treat you certain ways. So creating boundaries with your children as well, like really within your family, with parents, siblings, spouses, romantic partners, friendships, and business, and with your children. If you've got lack of boundaries going on in one area of your life, 9 times out of 10, you have lack of boundaries going on in other aspects of your life too. So it's really sitting down and kind of looking at yourself. Where have you been allowing these things to happen? What are you allowing these things to happen? Why are you allowing these to happen? Where did it start? Where did it come from? Really go back and do the work. What patterns got set up early on where you want to avoid that conflict and people please and just make sure everything is okay, and try to kind of skim under the radar and avoid all those uncomfortable situations. So thank you for listening. Again, this has been about boundaries, and you can really go into a lot around boundaries, but this is just a snippet of where you could start if you're feeling like you have lack of boundaries in your life. So thank you for listening today. I hope you enjoyed this Liz chat, and I hope you come back and visit and listen to more of my podcasts and YouTube episodes. Thank you for listening to this episode. Again, I am Liz, and this is Raise the Vibe with Liz, and have a great day, everyone. Take care.